Welcome to another Q&A Wednesday. So let's get started with question number 1, which is, I have a TVs in 4 rooms. Can I connect the Xumo device to one TV, or will I need a device for all the other rooms? So the answer is, if you want to watch a different channel on every Xumo box, then you need a Xumo box for every TV, or another box of some kind, or the Spectrum app on your TV. But essentially on the Xumo box, you have one output here on the back. It's the HDMI out. That's your video output. That'll put the video into the TV. And so if you just have TVs with Xumo boxes, you're going to need a Xumo for each TV. Hope that helps. Question number 2, is there a monthly charge for the Xumo box like my traditional cable box and remote? There shouldn't be. It should cap out at $60. That's what happened in my case. So you can either pay the $5 a month till you hit the $60 maximum, or you can pay it outright. You can pay the $60 up front, and then you own the device. You don't have to rent the remote. You don't have to pay for the device. If you cancel the service, you keep the device because it does a lot more than just Spectrum. So it's kind of a nice thing to have in terms of you don't have a subscription fee anymore, which was a big problem with the old setup with the old boxes. How do you get your local channels? So for me, I use a leaf antenna. It just sticks to the wall, and I'll put a video link to that below so you can check it out if you're interested. But there's tons of antennas out there. This is how I do it. It's a little bit inconvenient because you have to change your input source from antenna to the Xumo box, but that's how I get my remote. That's how I get my local channels. You can also use a higher subscription plan in Spectrum to get your locals, or another provider like Sling or YouTube TV. Question number 4, do you know how to move your apps so the apps can be in line and you can see the ones you want first? So the research I found on the web said to hover over the app you want in the very top row on the Xumo homepage, and then hit the 3 dots button, the ellipsis on your remote. It didn't work for me. Now, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but let me show you what I did here. Though this is the article, by the way, and again, I'll put a link to this below so you can check it out. But this is the article that says, how do I rearrange the apps in my first row? So yeah, essentially on this one, if you look at the top row where it says what you just viewed last, there's Freeview app. Freeview app is not in my apps row below it. When I hit the ellipsis button, I just get the search, closed captions, and one other option. But I don't get the option to actually add the app to my apps row. So I looked at it a little closer, and I'll link to this below again, but the support article says for Xumo TVs. And I did remember you can buy a Xumo TV. It's a TV with the Xumo operating system on it at Walmart or some other stores. And essentially, I think that works a little different than the Xumo box. So it looks like the Xumo box doesn't enable us to do that feature, which is really a shame because that's all I want to do is be able to order my apps. I completely agree with the comment here that this is, it's streaming 101. We should be able to organize our homepage. Question number 5, how do I log out of the Paramount Plus app? Well, I noticed this works differently on the Xumo box than it does on the Apple TV. I have both boxes and I have the Paramount app on both. So let me show you why it's a little bit clunkier on the Xumo box. If you load the Paramount Plus app on the Xumo box and you're logged in, you will see on the very left the magnifying glass and then the home button is highlighted. First you click left, and then you click down 7 or 8 times. It won't change the highlighted row, I noticed on my Xumo box, but it will change the selection. So once you're on that, you click down 7 or 8 times, then click the enter button, then you'll see the account, and then click the right button, and it'll highlight manage plan, and then click the down button to sign out. And then I click the enter button when the sign out button was selected, and you can see I'm signed out now because now it's offering me a better price than I'm actually paying now, so that's nice to know. But that's how you log out of the Paramount Plus app. It's a little clunkier on the Xumo box. I did make sure I was up to date on my apps on the Xumo box before I filmed that. It just doesn't seem to highlight the rows as you hit the down button. Question number 6, does the Xumo have the ability to power up directly to the Spectrum app at full screen? No, I can't get it to do that. So when you power on the Xumo box, I don't see any way to get it to go into an app, which is what a cable box does. You just power it on and it's playing content. It'll have by default one click required for you to open the last channel you were on in the Spectrum app, but you still have to click. You can't just have it open up to the Spectrum app, which is really a shame. 7, can you please show how to delete more than one program in a series? I tried this. I had recorded 50 episodes of Matlock trying to get the part 2 of an episode that I saw the part 1 of. I could not delete those all at once. It was really kind of, I don't know, frustrating is probably the best way to say it on YouTube here. It's because I had to go through one at a time and delete every program in that series. Question number 8, you're trying to pair a Flipper brand remote, which is very popular and easy to use, to the Xumo box. And is there a simple way to do this? The Flipper remote works awesome with a traditional cable box, but is not compatible with Xumo. I found in my research on this there's no way to do it. I'll put a detailed description below as to why. Essentially, the Spectrum app doesn't respond to channel up and down buttons, so at the end of the day, if you were able to do everything else in the Spectrum app, you still wouldn't be able to do channel up or channel down, which is the whole purpose of the Flipper and the whole purpose of cable TV and flipping channels. Can you rewind on the Xumo station you are watching? Well, depends on the app you're in. So if you're in the Spectrum app and you're watching live TV, you can't really rewind live TV. If it's a recorded content in the Spectrum app and you're watching recorded content off your cloud DVR, yes, requires the cloud DVR subscription. And if it's an on-demand program in the Spectrum app, yes, you can rewind as well. But otherwise, no, I don't think you can, universally speaking. Can you record programs to watch later? Number 10. Well, there is no overarching universal DVR on the Xumo box. The answer is yes, you can, and it's per application that you're running. So if you're in the Spectrum app and you have the cloud DVR subscription, you can record programs to watch later. Other apps have the same feature, but you have to subscribe to their cloud DVR, and a few of them are listed on the page there. YouTube, Philo, Hulu, DirecTV, just to name a few. If you enjoyed this video, please think about hitting the thumbs up button and definitely share it with your friends if you think it's useful, and hit the subscribe button to be notified when more like this come out. Thanks again for watching, and thanks most of all for commenting. I really enjoy the comments the most. Thank you.